Hey everyone, this is David the Smash Fan.
Smiles your tech guy.
And this is part 2 of our ranking of Halo's marketing. So without further delay, let's begin.
Number 5. Halo 3 ODST. Originally called Halo 3 Recon, during an interview with Bungie in 2008, this was the next game in the franchise to release after finishing the fight in Halo 3 released the previous year in 2007. We got our first sneak peek of this game titled Keep It Clean on September 25th, 2008.
This showed the drop pod falling into the city of New Mombasa during the events of Halo 2, where the Covenant performed a slip space jump in the city, causing massive destruction. There were 2 parts, with the full trailer revealing an ODST coming out of the drop pod with the phrase, "Prepare to drop."
It wouldn't be until November 25th, 2008 that the game would be called Halo 3 ODST. This game would be the first to feature no saying Haley, aka Elites, in a Halo campaign, and instead would feature Brutes in their absence. This was a bit confusing since we didn't actually see Brutes in Halo 2 until the later part of that game.
One of the biggest announcements was that Nathan Fillion would be voicing one of the major characters in the game. Woot woot! During E3 2009, we would finally get our look at the new mode Firefight, a wave-based mode of stronger and stronger enemies deploying in endless rounds for you and 3 others to survive. This game mode would eventually make its way to other popular franchises such as Gears of War and its famous Horde mode. One of the most exciting reveals during the gameplay was that pre-ordering it would get you Sergeant Johnson. I know, it got me super excited. Biggest of all the reveals coming with the game though was the announcement of the multiplayer beta for Halo Reach included with every copy of the game. They would also release a special edition of the game that included a custom controller for $100.
Originally to be a smaller Halo project of 3 to 5 hours long, it ended up being labeled as a full game with an 8 to 10 hour campaign. We are informed that the entirety of the Halo 3 multiplayer would release with the game, including all DLC previously released. During the year of build-up to release, Bungie would drop over 4 vidocs and 5 comic chapters titled Helljumpers.
The vidocs would showcase the development process and showcase the new characters and game features such as night vision, silenced weapons, and of course, no more Spartan armor, making you more vulnerable and changing the way players have been accustomed to all these years. Some of the coolest marketing was that the sound design had changed, where there were to be no more monks in the music to better relate to the feeling of being alone and in the dark.
The last big release for the marketing was my personal favorite, the live-action trailer, The Life. It was shot in Budapest, Hungary. This got a lot of fans that have been dreaming of a live Halo action movie, a small glimpse into what could have been. I'm still hoping that that dream comes true.
I unfortunately wasn't around when ODST dropped, so I never got to experience everything in real time, but I was impressed on the effort that was put into a game that was basically a side story. The ads really did deliver on the experience being one we had yet to have in a Halo game.
Overall, the marketing worked well for a game that no one asked for and is remembered as a true gem to fans, but not one overly replayed. If you missed on this game and you're a huge Halo fan, I highly suggest you play it.
Number 4. Halo Reach. With only one more game they would develop for the Halo series, Bungie decided to go back in time and tell the tragic story of Reach. We would be introduced to a new set of Spartans and not play as the Master Chief. The announcement was made at E3 on June 1st, 2009 and would be released on September 14th, 2010. Many fans who had read the book The Fall of Reach were eager to see this, and Bungie knew it.
The stakes were high and they needed a big win. This would lead Microsoft to invest more than $6.5 million in advertisements, surpassing Halo 3's budget. With more than enough money at their disposal, the advertising campaigns did not disappoint.
To give us a real in-depth look at the game, a trailer launched on March 3rd, 2010. They showcased the first look at the multiplayer. We were shown new maps, new weapons, new game types, and new features such as assassinations and armor abilities. This ended with an invitation to the multiplayer beta that would run from May 3rd to the 20th and was included with all the purchased Halo 3 ODST. As if that wasn't enough, we were treated to some breathtaking live-action trailers, starting with Birth of a Spartan.
This trailer showed us the cruel augmentations that Spartan 3s? That doesn't make sense. We'll get back to that point later. Anyways, it shows the augmentations that the Spartans went through. We got a great shot of the armor and an introduction to Noble Team. We also get TV spots about the citizens of Reach with the popular tagline, "Remember Reach."
Just a few weeks before the release of the game, we get the trailer Deliver Hope. This is one of the most brilliant trailers that Bungie had released for any Halo game at the time. The pressure of a soldier, despair, courage, and hope are beautifully represented in this trailer. It does a great job of informing us that this game will not have a happy ending.
Along with trailers, Bungie hosted a website, RememberReach.com. Users could create a light monument of Noble Team composed of thousands of points of light. There was also vidocs where the developers would expand on multiplayer and show more of the inner workings done to get the game where they envisioned it to be. They would also talk about Forge and how they want it to be like never before. They really bet everything on this game.
Again, I was not part of the real-time advertising done since I was on a mission where I was away from electronics, but I remember seeing a cardboard cutout of this game and I was so excited. I had 10 months left before I could return to the normal world and I was so eager to play this game.
Now comes the $1,000,000 question. Was the marketing successful?
Ooh, short answer yes with an if, long answer no with a but.
Yes and no. The story of Noble Team tugged on your heartstrings, and the multiplayer was fresh and new, Forge was great, and Firefight was still as fun as ever. However, the story of Reach changed from what was established as canon. The novel, The Fall of Reach, by Eric Nyland, had already told us where the Master Chief and Cortana were when the Covenant attacked Reach, and the video game contradicted what was previously established. And what was Bungie's response? We believe it's up to the player's interpretation.
This, mixed in with the reticle bloom, preset weapon loadouts, unbalanced armor abilities, really? Sprint is an armor ability? And Firefight not being as great or challenging as ODST. This made for polarizing views for the game for hardcore fans. However, this did make it appealing to others who were used to FPSs such as Call of Duty to dive in and to start their journey. Halo Reach, whether for good or bad, was a turning point for the franchise and the end of Bungie's development for Halo. Thank you so much for watching episode 2. Stay tuned and watch episode 3 where we count down the final 3.